Dynin, the motor of your motivation. Welcome to this 10-minute masterclass where we explore the biological foundation of human persistence. We often think of motivation as a fleeting emotion, something we have one day and lose the next. But what if I told you that drive is actually hardwired into your very existence? Deep inside your cells, trillions of tiny molecular motors are working right now, carrying the materials of life across vast, microscopic distances. I'm Bo Flannery. Today, we're going to study one specific motor called dynin. It is the definition of persistence in the face of resistance. Over the next 10 minutes, we'll break down how this protein walks, how it fuels itself, and why it is the ultimate blueprint for your own success. Our objectives are clear. We will examine the structure and cycle of dynin, understand its biological persistence, and finally apply these lessons to your own life. To understand dynin, you first have to see its incredible complexity. It is much larger than its cousin, kinesin, and far more powerful in its mechanical design. It operates with two massive, heavy chains that act as legs, allowing it to walk along microtubules toward the center of the cell, carrying essential cargo. This dual-engine design isn't just for show. It gives dynin the torque required to pull heavy cellular cargo, even through crowded and viscous environments. In a cell, nothing is easy. The fluid is thick, and the path is cluttered. Dynin is built to handle that resistance without stopping, molecular step by step. The movement starts with ATP, adenosine triphosphate. When an ATP molecule binds to the motor, it triggers a power stroke that moves the leg forward. It is a cycle of binding, stepping, and releasing. It is rhythmic, mechanical, and completely focused on reaching the destination regardless of the load. Dynin isn't the fastest motor in the cell. In fact, it's often slower than kinesin, but it is incredibly reliable over long distances. This is our first major lesson. Motivation isn't about explosive speed. It's about the mechanical consistency of your cycle. Just keep taking the step. The microtubules are the highways of the cell. Dynin knows its path because it is physically bound to it. It doesn't wander off or get distracted. It has a high affinity for its track. Even when pushed or pulled by outside forces, it holds on. It refuses to let go until the work is finished. Think about how often we let go of our goals when the first distraction comes along. Dynin physically cannot do that without completing its mission. It is designed to stay connected. We can learn to build our lives in a way that anchors us to our tracks just as firmly, ignoring the noise. Dynin can generate significant force, enough to move organelles that are thousands of times larger than itself through the cytoplasm. And when one motor isn't enough, they team up. They synchronize their steps to overcome massive biological obstacles together. Here is a fascinating biological fact. A motor protein without cargo is often less active. The load itself actually creates the drive for movement. If you lack motivation, maybe it's because your cargo isn't heavy enough. Maybe you need a bigger reason to move. Responsibility fuels true persistence. Multiply this persistence by the trillions of motors inside you. You are literally made of drive. Movement is your natural biological state. Stagnation is a temporary illusion. On a molecular level, you are always in motion. You are built to progress and transport the materials of your life. Let's go deeper into the mechanical logic of dynin. It doesn't ask how it feels about its cargo. It just executes the ATP cycle. Discipline is just biology in action. When we stop relying on mood and start relying on mechanics, we become as persistent as dynin. While kinesin moves toward the periphery, dynin moves toward the center, the microtubule organizing center. It's moving toward the core. This inward movement is symbolic. Persistence often requires us to move back toward our core values to find the strength to continue. Just like dynin moves toward the cell's center, your persistence is strongest when you are moving toward the core of who you are. When your goals are aligned with your core values, the molecular motors of your motivation have a clear and powerful track to follow. Dynin is incredibly efficient. It doesn't waste energy on unnecessary movements. Every ATP molecule is translated into progress. Notice the precision of the stride. It's not a shuffle, it's a step. Precision in your habits leads to precision in your results. We often waste energy on meta work, thinking about work instead of doing it. Dynin teaches us to focus purely on the execution of the step. When you simplify your process to just the next step, you find the same mechanical efficiency that powers your very cells. The cytoplasm is a crowded place filled with other proteins, organelles, and debris. It's a chaotic environment. Yet Dynian doesn't complain about the traffic. It pushes through. It navigates the chaos because its mission is more important than the obstacles. Life is chaotic. There will always be noise, distractions, and obstacles in your path. Don't wait for a clear road. Learn to walk through the crowd. Dynan's focus is on the microtubule, not the surrounding noise. Keep your eyes on your track and the noise will become irrelevant. In muscle cells, Dynan's work is magnified. It's part of a massive coordinated effort that allows for movement and strength. Your internal unity, the alignment of your mind, body, and spirit, is what allows you to move mountains. Persistence is a team sport within yourself. When your goals, your habits, and your values are all stepping in the same direction, your persistence becomes an unstoppable force. You are a collection of trillions of successes. Every time a dynin protein takes a step, you have won a tiny biological battle. Trust that momentum. The chemical bond is the spark. Your why is the spark. Without the spark, the motor is still. With it, the motor is unstoppable. Finding your fuel is a biological necessity. Whether it's passion, purpose, or necessity, find the ATP for your own journey. Passion is often seen as a luxury, but in the world of persistence, it is the fuel. It's the emotional ATP that keeps your legs moving. Manage your energy, not just your time. If you run out of fuel, even the best track in the world won't get you to your destination. In nerve cells, dynin travels distances that are relatively vast, meters in length. It's like walking across a continent for us. Persistence isn't for the short sprint, it's for the marathon. Dynin is the ultimate endurance athlete of the molecular world. We often overestimate what we can do in a day and underestimate what we can do in a year. Persistence is about the year, not the day. If your goal is far away, don't look at the distance. Look at the step. Like dynin in a nerve cell, just keep the rhythm going. Dynin has been perfected over millions of years of evolution. It is a tried and true system for success. It works. You come from a long line of biological winners. You are the result of persistence that started at the beginning of life itself. You don't need to invent persistence. You just need to tap into the inheritance that is already inside every one of your cells. You were designed to survive, to move, and to succeed. The motors are already there. The fuel is ready. All you have to do is choose the track. Let's recap. Persistence is a mechanical cycle, not an emotional one. Your responsibilities are your fuel. Consistency will always win, and your focus must remain on your track. Finally, remember that you are built of trillions of motors that never quit. Trust your biological legacy and take the next step toward your goals. So, as you leave this masterclass, don't look for a miracle. Look at the tiny machines inside you and find your rhythm. You were born to walk. You were born to persist. Find your cargo, anchor to your track, and move. I'm Bo Flannery, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Masterclass completed. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the biology of persistence. In our next session, we'll dive into the ATP of action, how to generate the sustainable energy you need for your biggest life goals. See you there.